Stall out them pint bottles out granny crib. I poured so much I ain't want to live. Told money then, shit we in the wind. I was in the hood when I clipped the bin. Since a young nigga I been ready. Went glass house on every Chevy. In this game I tried plenty settings. It's all or nothing. How niggas been. Got sucker niggas, keep suckers with them. One of the reasons I ain't fucking with them. Trish taking some more than her. Guess she couldn't even afford a winner. I'm open late, don't need a scale, and it's always over. Sneak wishing well, I double down, slick shit to spell. Shawty know I don't kiss and tell. I'm faded, 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 faded. I'm faded, 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 faded. Hell, I'm faded, 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 faded. I'm faded, 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 faded.
Greatest damn show on YouTube. Welcome to the greatest damn show on YouTube.
It's crazy, chat. Double tap the screen, shut a live out. What we doing tonight, chat? Oh, man. Double tap the screen, shut a live out. What we doing tonight, chat? Double tap the screen, shut a live out. What we doing tonight, chat? Somebody just unsubscribed. We just had 251 subscribers. What? We just had 41,200. That's crazy, man. Anyways, man, we got Trump signs off on the Epstein files. And who hurts the country more, liberals or conservatives? Double tap the screen, shut a live out. Call your auntie, uncle, and your cousin. Tell them plug live, and he running his mouth. I don't care if you far left, far right, liberal, conservative, Marxist, fascist, alien, NPC. Get your ass in here. We finna have them conversations tonight, man. We got an action-packed episode, chat. We gonna go over this Epstein, not just from the beginning, but we finna go over this Epstein, man, and how we got to where we are today from at least the campaign trail. We do have a long form, man. Conservatives debating liberals, what's really dividing America. Also, we have a 14-year-old girl named Eloise just uploaded a video kind of coming at Megyn Kelly. She responded to Megyn Kelly, and it is going viral. Also, we have North Carolina conducting the ICE raids, and they're saying no kids were at school for the most part, and nobody was at the job sites. Nobody was at the job sites. Also, we got a Pentagon insider saying the U.S. actively developed insect-based bioweapons. We kind of already knew it. She just confirmed it and kind of broke it down into detail on what they were putting what inside of what, man. Also, we got degrees removed as professional. So with the new way that they're doing the education, a lot of these degrees are no longer professional degrees. A lot of these degrees are no longer professional degrees, and we're finna get into that as well. Double tap the screen, shut a live out. Damn. Double tap the screen, shut a live out. We got an action-packed episode tonight, chat. Double tap the screen, shut a live out, man. We finna get into it straight for the Epstein, man. We're gonna get straight into it with the Epstein. Y'all can see we got the binders, the little thin binders up there, man. It went from being a hoax. Remember, it was just a big Democrat hoax. Now it's a national security threat. We got Mike Johnson saying that he thinks it could pose national security risk on top of it posing risk to the victims. You know, some of the victims have already came out, but it's just kind of crazy to me that we went from running on the Epstein files to the White House giving out those thin little binders that's above me. Y'all remember those thin ass little binders that's above me? They had everybody running out there to get them thin ass little binders. Then what happened? Oh, didn't Pam Bondi do that whole big thing talking about the Democrats are hiding the Epstein files? They're at what was it, the federal building in New York. The Epstein files are in New York. Remember Comey's daughter, the one that was over the Diddy case? She ended up getting fired during the shit, man. What happened to all of those files? Truckloads. Remember, chat? It was truckloads. It was truckloads, was it not? Then they got all the truckloads brought over there. And what happened after the truckloads of files get there? Oh, it's nothing to see here. It's nothing to see here. Nothing credible, yet they still reclassifying shit. It's nothing to see here. Nothing credible. Cash Patel goes over there. There's no credible evidence that Epstein trafficked anyone to anyone. But we got Thomas Massey and MTG up there saying, hey, look at all these victims. If y'all don't name names, we gonna name names. But there's no credible evidence that Epstein trafficked anyone to anyone. It's kind of crazy to me. Then we come full circle to it being a hoax after it was nobody trafficked anyone to anyone. Then it became a hoax, and now it's a national security threat, bro. A national security threat, man. What's up, Derek? A national security threat, man. Is this what Mike Johnson is gonna pass off on us, man? Let's go through it, man. Let's go through it, man. Let's see what's going on, man. All right, we got I had some clips pulled up. I got the y'all remember the fake 4chan, the PDF that got shared around with all of those lists. Everybody was making lists. It had all of those names on it, damn near sectioned off between the celebrities, the politicians, the everybody was. So we had that going on way back then. But back then, everybody was saying, oh, it was a hoax. It was a hoax back then. You got demonetized, saying, talking about the Epstein list. You used to get demonetized, had to say allegedly behind everything. Then it's just here. It's a national security threat. Where's the Mike Johnson clip, bro? I gotta find this Mike Johnson clip, bro. Mike Johnson pissed me off. What's up, Solo? Mike Johnson pissed me off when he said that national security threat. All right, then we go to the document dump. You know, we got the documents. They started putting out all the PDFs and everything. They got what? Bill Clinton in there, Hillary Clinton, Prince Andrew, a lot of people. You know what I'm saying, from the document dump. But I'm just not understanding where it becomes a matter of national security from it being nothing credible. They're still reclassifying shit. You know what I'm saying? Then you got Alexander Acosta back. Remember when he said, I was told Epstein belonged to intelligence and had to leave it alone. Now we're full circle saying it's a matter of national security. Everybody was talking about Alexander Acosta when he was talking about intelligence. Everybody's getting on what's the dude name from Young Turks. He's saying it's Mossad and shit. Everybody's on his ass about it. You know what I'm saying? But now Mike Johnson comes out and is like, it might be a matter of national security. It's crazy, bro. It's crazy, man. Let's get into this shit, bro. Let's get into this shit, bro. Let's get into it, chat. Double tap the screen, shut a live out, man. We do got an action-packed episode. We definitely got an action-packed episode. Where is it at, man? Where the hell is Alright, chat. Before we get into the Epstein shit, I was just telling y'all about the degrees, the professional degrees being reclassified as not professional anymore. We're gonna play this clip, then we're gonna get into the Epstein right after that. This is important right here in case you got some kids ready to go to college or do something.
Education proposed rules that go into effect. MDs and DOs, they are still considered professional. That makes complete and logical sense. However, NPs, not professional. CRNAs, not professional. PAs, not professional. But chiropractors, they are still considered professional under these new proposed rules. However, physical and occupational therapists do not fall under these professional degrees. They are not professional. Speech language pathologists, not professional. Theology and divinity degrees, yes, they are considered professional. However, teachers, the ones who are actually the ones teaching the entire country, are not considered professional. I truly cannot even put into words how much this does not make any sense. As someone who has been studying my ass off for 2.5 years in a doctorate of nursing practice program, completing clinical rotations and managing patients and sacrificing my time, my money, my sleep, and quite frankly, my sanity, to now be told that my profession is not professional.
You're cooked, man. Times change, people change, and feelings change too, damn it. You went to school, and now they saying that you're not a professional anymore. Is your paycheck still going to be the same? Are your benefits still going to be the same? Hey, man, if everything's adding up, I don't know why you give a damn if they calling it professional or not. I'm just honest, chat. Why do y'all care? Why would we care if they call it professional or not if the money's still adding up? You know what I'm saying? The benefits still adding up. I'm just going to be real professional. Oh, I'm a professional. You know what I'm saying? It sounds nice. It sounds cool. But as long as that chicken coming on time and them benefits good, them kids fed and shit, man, we alright, man. Know what she's all got her panties in a wad for.
It's beyond disrespectful to not just NPs, but to every single professional healthcare degree out there. NPs, CRNAs, PAs, PTs, OTs, SLPs, social workers, even teachers. Like, it is so disrespectful in so many ways to not consider these professions professional enough to be worthy of loans. This decision doesn't just impact
shit.
job titles.
Oh, so it's loans. I didn't know it had to do with the money. So now they saying they can't get loans because of it. Oh, that changes the damn game. I'm not gonna lie, chat. That changes the game. Now when you talking about securing funding, that definitely changes the game.
Professional enough to be worthy of loans. This decision doesn't just impact job titles. It impacts federal loan caps and affordability and access to education and the future workforce. It's all in all very insulting to every single advanced practice provider out there who works on the front line of a very broken system, but still chooses to show up for their patients every single day. So to the Department of Education, I don't know who came up with this list and how you guys decided on which profession is more professional than the others, but please go back and try again.
All right, chat. So how do y'all feel about that? She's saying it's affecting the loans, it's affecting the education. I didn't think it was that big of a deal until I realized it affected the loans. As far as it just be considered professional, that's a term. But when it does affect funding, yeah, that's a life changer. She said she almost got a doctorate. She almost got a doctorate, and she's not going to be considered a professional. Crazy work. All right, chat. This is the work. This is in North Carolina. We know they started the raids today in North Carolina. They saying the job sites and the schools were empty. We finna go over the job sites right here.
Do you guys hear that? Yeah, me neither. This job right here, there's about 3 people working currently. It's just sad, man. It's really sad. Not one single person in sight.
Empty, bro.
It's crazy, man. A lot of people don't realize how this affects the economy so much. I mean, who's gonna finish building this building if everyone that is capable of doing it is getting taken? On the bright side, for those that are okay with it, come work. There's a lot of positions that need to be filled, and long hours, and no AC, no heat.
So how do y'all feel about that job site being completely wiped down? I'm talking about clean.
You described the
Not a worker in sight, man. It's 3 people on that job. It looked like that damn building was at least 10, 12, 13 stories up, man, and they only got 3 people over there working on it. How do y'all think that's gonna fare out, man, for North Carolina and their commercial real estate, man?
other one.
All right, this is Tucker Carlson interviewing the intelligence agency insider, and she's talking about the biochemical weapons, man. Talking about they're putting rabies inside of ticks and all kind of viruses and shit inside of mosquitoes. And I just seen something where they were supposed to be releasing a whole lot of ticks, or not ticks, but they were supposed to be releasing some kind of insect. Like last week, they were supposed to be releasing some kind of insect to take out. I don't know, man. We have to look it up.
Pardon my ignorance. What is the disease you described? The other one, rickettsia.
So it's a rickettsia. It is the same organism that causes Rocky Mountain spotted fever, and that's the most deadly tick-borne disease in the United States. It also was a germ that was being weaponized by the U.S. military at the time, and they tried to stuff it in ticks. I mean, so what is tick weaponization? So in the interviews with Willie, what he said was, I spent over a decade in the biological weapons program, a contractor to Fort Detrick, working on weaponizing fleas, ticks, and mosquitoes, trying to mass produce them, stuffing fleas with the plague, stuffing mosquitoes with deadly Trinidad virus, and then stuffing ticks with either deadly or incapacitating diseases like relapsing fever, Venezuelan equine encephalitis, rabies, leptospirosis, which is another spirochete. So it's just like Dr. Strangelove trying to make new diseases.
Mixing bacteria. They just putting shit inside of these teas, flicks, and mosquitoes. Just like we go to the Sam Altman and they trying to offshore this baby making. They trying to buy GMO babies. They trying to do so they can weed out all kind of shit, find the smartest shit. I'm telling y'all, it's like the book Ender's Shadow, the Ender's Game series. It's like the book Ender's Shadow, looking for Anton's key. Anton's key is what I guess how they find super smart, super intelligent people, man. They doing all kind of shit, man. I'm telling y'all, man, these people are they got too much time on their hands. Once you get enough money, man, to where the world is your playground, there's nothing you can't do or anywhere you can't go, you just start trying shit, man. That's what they doing. They just trying shit now, bro.
Mixing bacteria and virus in ticks with the intent of, this is the perfect stealth weapon. It's poor man's nuke. You drop these insects on an enemy, it weakens the population, it ties up the medical resources, but doesn't destroy infrastructure like a nuclear bomb would. And in one report from a bean counter in the military, they said tularemia, which is tick-borne tularemia, also rabbit fever, we can kill 10,000 people at $1.33 a life. So anyways, it was just, there was more to tick-borne diseases than we realized, and I began suspecting that Willie was right, given this context.
It's hard to digest all of this. It's just so evil. It's hard to believe it could happen.
It is evil.
But
talking about we can get 10,000 people out of here for $1.33 a life, man. That's damn near how much they was sending over there to feed the children, man. $1.33 feed a kid for a damn day. They talking about $1.33 to take a person's life, man. God, $1.33 is crazy. All right, man. They talking about Bill and Hillary Clinton. They have been subpoenaed to testify, I believe, in front of Congress, and they are ducking and dodging, man. They saying Bill and Hillary Clinton do not want to get up there and testify in front of the world, man. And let's hear them talk about it.
Mr. Chairman, there are two very important people that you subpoenaed early on, or excuse me, that you asked to voluntarily cooperate. They didn't schedule their interviews. Now there's a subpoena. But Bill and Hillary Clinton, if they continue to duck will you take them to court? Will you try to enforce a subpoena? Will you go the Steve Bannon and Peter Navarro route?
We're going to go that route. We expect to hear from Bill and Hillary Clinton. Look, Donald Trump's answered questions for years about Jeffrey Epstein. Every day he gets asked questions about Epstein, and he answers them in front of the American people. We've subpoenaed Republicans and Democrats. 2 Republicans have come forward, Bill Barr and Alex Acosta. They did interviews and deposition, and those were tough, but they did them. They didn't back down. Other Democrats have sent letters that saying they knew.
Alex Acosta is the one who said in 2017 he asked about Epstein being a Mossad agent, and they told him to shut the hell up. Straight up, they told him to shut the hell up. I was told Epstein belonged to intelligence and to leave it alone. That's what he said in 2017. The guy he's speaking
knew nothing about Epstein, which would hold in court if something ever comes out that they did know something, then they committed perjury there. But the Clintons have never responded. They're the one group in this investigation that's never had to answer questions in front of a credible reporter, and they've never certainly answered questions from attorneys or members of Congress. So we expect the Clintons to come in, or I expect the Clintons to be met with the same fate that Bannon and Navarro were met with when the Democrats were in control.
Straight up, chat. So this lady, I believe him. Let me refer to that clip first. I do believe him. I do believe that they're gonna drag Bill and Hillary Clinton into court. They both have been dealing with some medical issues, so that might be pushing it around. But I do think they will drag them both into court, and I don't think it's gonna be good. I don't think it's gonna be good. They're gonna ask them the tough questions. It will be in front of the world. I don't think it's gonna be good. I don't think it's gonna go good at all. I think there will be a lot of deflecting, but we may get some answers because they're gonna have to answer some very, very tough questions. All right, chat. This girl right here is responding to Megyn Kelly. You know, we're talking about this Epstein case and all of this, so they're calling. She's responding because I believe what was it? Was it Fox or somebody? It was Fox or one of these not sites. They were talking about women and men, and they were putting the age range for women and men at 15 to 44. I guess this was age groups. They were booking the 15-year-olds all the way to 44 together for men and women. And I believe Megyn Kelly might have spoke or something. This girl is responding to Megyn Kelly. But I know that they're trying to say 15-year-olds are shit. They're putting them in the same category as damn adults. It's crazy.
Eloise and I'm 14 years old. I wasn't even going to say anything because the topic's an adult one. My mom even made a video about it yesterday because we didn't feel it was an appropriate topic for a child to speak about. But after hearing you go on camera and explain that Epstein wasn't into 8-year-olds, just the barely legal type like 15, I realized you might need an actual reality.
Barely legal. That's what she's called. That's what they said. Barely legal. Calling 15-year-olds barely legal. I thought barely legal was 18, bro. 19.
Just the barely legal type like 15. I realized you might need an actual reality check from a literal child. So let me help you out. Megan, people in my grade are turning 15 right now. Some of us still have baby faces. Some of us still have braces. Some of us still call our parents when we're scared at night. Some of us still look like middle schoolers because we basically are. And the fact that a grown woman needs a teenager to explain that is honestly terrifying. Here's the part you seem confused about. Under federal law, anyone under 18 is a child. No asterisk. No, but they hit puberty. No, older kids don't count. Anyone under 18 is a child. You said you were just giving facts, but here's the real fact. What you said wasn't factual. It was minimizing. It was making abuse sound like a technicality. And Megan, here's the part you really need to hear. If a 14-year-old has to get on the internet and explain to a grown adult with national platform that children are children and there's no age where abuse suddenly becomes less bad, then the problem isn't confusion. It's corruption. Because kids my age aren't supposed to be the ones correcting you. We're not supposed to be the moral compass in a room full of adults who should have known better. But here we are. If my voice makes you uncomfortable, good, it should. Because the minute adults start defending predators by debating the age of a child, you're not protecting the truth. You're protecting the predator. And you shouldn't need a freshman to tell you that.
Man, I'm trying to find it where, I'm trying to find the Megyn Kelly clip right quick. Hold on so we can have some reference. I see it, but they got it on shorts. What did it say? Alright, Let's see. Any Megyn Kelly barely. Alright, here we go. I haven't seen the Megyn Kelly barely legal clip. Chat, press 1 if y'all have seen the Megyn Kelly barely legal clip. Press 2 if you have not seen it. What she was saying, Epstein didn't like 8-year-olds. He liked them barely legal.
Welcome to the Megyn Kelly Show. A nationwide uproar is erupting over Megyn Kelly's controversial remarks suggesting that Jeffrey Epstein wasn't really a pedophile.
He was into the barely legal type. Like, he liked 15-year-old girls. And I realize this is disgusting. I'm definitely not trying to make an excuse for this. I'm just giving you facts.
What the hell is barely legal and 15 got going on, Megyn Kelly? Like, I understand that some places you can court younger and do all of that shit, but Megyn Kelly, we're talking about the Epstein files. We're talking about victims. We know his damn victims was 14, 15 years old. You talking about some... Yeah, you're minimizing. You trying to make it seem like it's not that damn bad, and it is. It's that damn bad, man. It's that damn bad, bro.
That he wasn't into, like, 8-year-olds.
The backlash is fierce. Hashtag I was 15 is now trending on social media, with some posting photos of themselves at that age. 15 isn't barely legal, it's illegal, goes one post.
It's illegal. Like, the way she worded it, like, maybe she should have said he has fetishes. Like, some people might have fetishes for, you know, certain age groups. Maybe that's what she was trying to get at, but the way she worded it was, like, just not there. It's just not there.
Wide uproar is erupting over Megyn Kelly's controversial remarks suggesting that Jeffrey Epstein wasn't really a pedophile.
He was into the barely legal type. Like, he liked 15-year-old girls. And I realize this is disgusting. I'm definitely not trying to make an excuse for this. I'm just giving you facts. That he wasn't into, like, 8-year-olds.
Okay. So I get it. I get it. Megyn Kelly would be able to clean that up pretty quickly. Megyn Kelly, you might have misspoke. They might have took you out of there because you're saying that he was in the 15-year-old girls, the barely legal type. That's where you messed up. You shouldn't have said barely legal. You should have said he was in the 15-year-old girls and he wasn't in the 8-year-olds. You should have left it there. When you say the barely legal type, that's where you messed it up because no, they're not barely legal. They're underage. They're not legal at all. By no means are they legal. They damn can't even drive at 15. So no, they're not barely legal. But if you were trying to say he liked teenagers and not toddlers, you could have said that in a different way.
Backlash is fierce. Hashtag I was 15 is now trending on social media, with some posting photos of themselves at that age. 15 isn't barely legal, it's illegal, goes one post. You're defending a pedophile, says another. The women of The View took aim today.
A 15-year-old, a 16-year-old is a child.
And
that is not a young
rape.
woman.
Sweet 16.
Actress Melissa Gilbert is also speaking out about her experience as a 15-year-old who was made to share this first kiss.
Oh, did y'all see Amanda Bond said she was pregnant by Dan Snyder? Is that his name, Dan Snyder? Did y'all see she came out and said she was pregnant by him at 13, allegedly? She came out and dropped it yesterday. She dropped it yesterday, the video backstage of him and her in the pool. She's in the pool in a bikini. He's in the pool fully clothed. They getting served food and shit. But before she showed the clip, she said that she got pregnant at 13. And then she showed the clip of him alluding to that was her baby daddy. Did y'all see Amanda Bond saying that?
23-year-old co-star in the TV classic Little House on the Prairie. Through the lens of today, this is shocking. I have no words other than to say I was 15, she posted. And Kelly's remarks were given the Saturday Night Live treatment.
Megyn Kelly made a terrific point this week. She said Epstein's not a pedophile. Terrific thing to just say out of nowhere. Great job, Megyn. We love Megyn. They should put her back on TV. Legalize Megyn.
Legalize Megyn is crazy. I'm gonna say this though, chat. This is Amanda Bonds, the video I was telling y'all about. So look, Amanda Bynes is now saying Dan Snyder raped her when she was 13. Look at how her life unfolded. It's obviously something happened back then. Hollywood protecting these pedos. This is what Amanda Bynes posted. This is her. If y'all haven't seen Amanda Bynes, this is how she looks now. But it says the man I got pregnant with him at the age of 13. So this is her, you know what I'm saying that she's finna reveal the guy that she got pregnant by when she was 13. And then she pulls out this video of her and Dan in the pool. You know what I'm saying? This is the same one that says, please watch this. I'm sorry for not making your childhood happy again. You know what I'm saying? So she posted the clip before saying that I got pregnant at 13. This is who I got pregnant by. And right after that, she puts this clip and says, I'm sorry for not making your childhood great again, man. That is crazy, man. Amanda Bynes, man. Damn, bro. And Dan Snyder's still out here on the prowl, ain't he, man? Ain't Dan Snyder still out here on the prowl? Got Amanda Bynes pregnant is crazy, allegedly. All right, Chad, we finna get into the long form, man. This is debate against conservatives and liberals, man. Y'all double tap the screen.
Trump is going to run for a third.
Y'all double tap the screen, shut the live out. I'm gonna open up the phone lines about probably about halfway through this so we can get some thoughts and opinions. Tonight's topic is who hurts the country more, liberals or conservatives? Who hurts the country more? And that's gonna consist of dividing the country, the direction the country is moving, and the people in power. That's how we're going to debate it on the call-ins today. Who hurts the country more, liberals or conservatives? As you guys know, I am a centrist, so shit, we can have a conversation either way.
Term, and there's a lot of concern about this. Why has he not explicitly said that he isn't?
He loves the attention.
It's funny. It is.
That's what he does.
It triggered you.
A president should not be attention seeking.
So do I think DEI is productive? I don't. I think, again, it's one of those things on paper that looks really, really good.
I see DEI as an equalized playing field.
Welcome to Counterpoint, the show where real people with opposing beliefs sit down to have honest conversation.
That free America?
All right, Chad.
Trump's president.
Let me know how y'all feel in the comments, man, before we even start. We're going to do this one first, just for this specific topic. Who divides the country more, liberals or conservatives? Only on division. Who divides the country more?
Is a threat to democracy. We'll start by having everyone that agrees come up now.
I feel that there's
what's up, Kate?
To our democracy, and I have to go with who our current president is. Just based on what's going on in our world, I feel like there's a stacked Supreme Court, so it doesn't feel like there's like a fairness or a neutrality about it. I feel like putting the guard out on the streets and using police presence for monitor what's going on out on the streets doesn't feel like the America that I want to live in. I don't want to see.
I don't want to live in that America either. I'm just going to keep it real. I don't want to live in America where the National Guard has to police the streets, but it's messed up. I'm trying not to cuss as much, man. It's effed up right now, man. We got a lot going on right now. We got a lot. While we got that people cracking down on these sports gambling and sports betting, arresting Gilbert Arenas, we need to worry about this insider trade. We need to get the streets safe as well, man. Straight up, we got to have some damn priorities. Okay, the border's shut down. Net zero at the border. We got that. Job done, dude. What are we going to do about this insider trader? What are we going to do about making these cities safer, man? The National Guard, I'm not saying that it's the right thing to do, but shit, something has to be done, bro. Like, I'm just going to keep it real. Like, when I talk to the YNs, and when I say YNs, I'm not speaking about a specific race. They don't care. They don't want a woman. They don't want money. They don't want to live a peaceful life. They want violence. They thrive off violence. They want to be the big man that nobody with. Straight up. YNs that I've spoke to, want violence. The ones that are causing violence. Not all YNs. I'm talking about the YNs that are causing the violence are causing the violence because they want violence, man. I'm just going to be real. We can blame the music. We can blame social media. We can blame whatever. They want violence.
People in camouflage and flak vests and masks and big guns out in the city streets. It just doesn't feel like that free America. Creating issues with the press, deciding who can be within the press pool and who can't be in the press pool, and having to sign petitions to be in the Pentagon press pool has never existed before, and it feels like if you don't toe the line, we're going to kick you out. But again, it doesn't create that fair and balanced news. So, which to me, again, feels like a threat to democracy. And then First Amendment rights also feel like they're at stake. I see people in college universities getting doxxed because of stating certain things out there. Jimmy Kimmel was a good example. Colbert was a good example. I even, not a fan of Charlie Kirk and what happened.
Now ain't this the pot calling the kettle black? Like, libs, y'all, we just gonna keep it real. The left started cancel culture, now the right's abusing cancel culture. Let's just be real. Y'all both messed up when it comes to that. So it's kind of like the Spider-Man meme. Like, you're Spider-Man, I'm Spider-Man. You know what I'm saying? It's like that. Like, y'all, it's cancel culture both ways. Like, let's just be real here, man. It's both sides are doxing. The left is doxing ICE agents. The right is doxing people who talk about Charlie Kirk and losing their job and shit. It's the pot calling the kettle black, man. It's like a Newport Long looking at a damn Cool 100. Like, hey, man, we're both menthol.
Happened to him was awful, but I believe he should exercise his First Amendment rights. He did. He should be, have been able to go on doing that. So anyway, that's where I stand with it all.
The side that I'm going to talk about is more of the social standpoint of presidency. I feel like Donald Trump is going to not only change the way presidency is handled, but how the president themselves will handle being president. Just very immature, especially when all of the No Kings protests were happening and his use of AI and just...
God, man, bro. It's like, dude. It's the soft voice, chat. It's like his voice is soft. And then he got his leg cocked over a damn... whatever you call that bull ring thing. I forgot what a septum. And the damn mullet, bro. Like, I can't take this guy too serious right about now. I'm trying, man. The flannel plaid sweater's nice, dude. It's a nice sweater, bro.
The way he monitors everything is not what a president should be doing. He has made multiple statements before, calling us the enemy, saying that we hate our country, which there's a complete difference between loving your country and hating your government. Those are two completely different things. So I feel like he is just going to, just change the way it works and the way the president works, especially with his statement of running again in 2028. I even have 3 neighbors on my street alone that have Trump 2028 stickers, which is just bizarre and honestly kind of whack, but he's a threat because he's not holding his moral high ground that he says he has.
Kind of building off of that, because I do agree with a lot of what you said. I think it is the president's job to uphold, honor, and follow the Constitution. There are several things explicitly written in the Constitution that Donald Trump has spoke out against and also has publicly said that he's not going to follow them. For example, it's written in the Constitution that a president can only serve 2 terms. Trump is saying, nope, doesn't matter. I'm going to run for a 3rd term. That's a threat to our democracy. He's violated the Constitution
I don't really think Trump's going to run for a 3rd term, man. Dude's getting old as hell, man. Like, damn, Trump. Man, listen, man. Trump getting old as hell, man. Trump is trolling. Trump is selling hats and shit, man. Trump is keeping his name in the media, man. He knows it drives you guys nuts, man. You just can't fathom the thought of Trump even thinking about trying some shit like that. Now, I think that's Trump's take. Now, when it comes to people like Steve Bannon, oh yeah, Steve Bannon's all with it. Steve Bannon wants Trump forever for real. For real. Now, when it comes to Trump, man, Trump know he old, man. I don't have to do this job, you know what I'm saying? Like, he don't, man. Trump ready to ride off in the damn sunset.
Multiple times since he's been in office, and it's only been 9 months, particularly with, birthright citizenship. That's also written in the Constitution. So he's constantly going against our founding principles and our law of the land, our Constitution. It's written for a reason. And for a president, someone of such high power and authority, to actively speak out against it is dangerous.
Okay, I think that's a good time.
Man, listen, Trump already walking zigzag down the red carpet, falling asleep in damn meetings and shit, man. Golfing, yeah, he handling business, but Trump might not have another 7 years to serve the country as president, man. Trump got 3 years, man, and Trump probably just gonna kick back, man, and enjoy these billions that he raked in over this term, man. Straight up, sit down, look at his. They saying he in a front runner for the Nobel Peace Prize next year, man. He gonna shine up that Peace Prize, man. Get the looking around. Y'all see the Rolex clock he got, man. Chill out, man. Trump ready to kick back, man.
Time to bring in everyone that disagreed.
Spend some of that money, man. Build his presidential library. Spend some of that money riding that Qatari jet, man.
You guys have to say in response to some of the things that have been said?
Well, I mean, there's a lot. Let's address the National Guard and troops and different policing in major cities. Chicago, Illinois, last year had a higher murder rate than Baghdad, Iraq, higher murder rate than Bogota, Colombia, the highest murder rate of any city on the planet Earth. What's the alternative if we're not going to bring heavily armed members of law enforcement, or even going as far as the military, to try to make American cities safer? I don't know the answer. I pose the question because I know that will work and has worked and is working in Washington, D.C.
Alright, hold on, chat. Y'all said show y'all the picture of Trump sleep, man. Trump just went to sleep the other day, man. Look, there you go. Trump was out of there, man. Trump catching good Z's, boy. You know what I'm saying? They talking about he was resting his eyes, man. I rest my eyes too when I get ready to, you know what I'm saying, roll, kick back, man, get the twiddle of my toes, man. Man, Trump damn near twiddling his toes right there, man. Come on, chat. Y'all know Trump caught some Z's right there. I think that's the same meeting that the dude fell out and RFK walked off on his ass, man. How you over the damn health department, the health of America? This man done fell out. This man done fell out in the middle. Hold on. You over the health of America. This man done fell out in the middle of the damn meeting, and you walk off, man. You just walk off. You know, RFK was like, shit, let me get somebody qualified in here to help this man.
Members of law enforcement, or even going as far as the military, to try to make American cities safer. I don't know the answer. I pose the question because I know that will work and has worked and is working in Washington, D.C. I applaud a president who's willing to do something to say lawlessness is not going to work in the country. I applaud that. I don't see that as a threat to democracy.
Man, y'all talking about watch the live video. I did watch the live video. I watched Trump get comfortable in that damn chair, man. He was cocked to the side in that chair like he was cocked to the side. That's how you know somebody getting ready to, you know what I'm saying, catch a little power in that, man. When they cock to the side in that chair like this, man, when you straight up, you know it's debatable, man. But when you cock to the side in that chair, chat, oh yeah, you about ready to twiddle your toes, man.
See, I see it as a way to take our country back from lawlessness. I'll just address one more, and then I'll cede time. I've not heard one instance of President Trump standing in front of a microphone and saying, I am absolutely going to run for president again. I'm going to have another term. Has it been tongue-in-cheek and his pundits and people on Fox News and things? Has that been thrown around, kind of nudge, nudge, wink, wink? Yes, it has. Donald Trump is not going to run for another term. I've not seen one serious thing of him saying that. If you can cite it, I know you believe that he has as strongly as I believe he hasn't. I can't think of one time that I've seen him stand in front of a microphone and say, I will absolutely be running for president.
Listen, you talking about man, listen, I'm going to tell y'all which one it was. It was November 6th. Go to the meeting at the Oval Office, November 6th. You will see Trump dozing off a little bit, man. Cocked to the side in that chair a little bit.
And again in 2028. I've not seen that.
I'm just going to piggyback off him about the running in 2028 thing because I think that that's one of the fundamental pieces of democracy is voting and being able to vote for who you want to vote for. I don't see anything that Trump has done to change that system so that we can't vote for our leaders and so that the people can't choose. Trump 2028 is a joke, and everyone knows it's a joke. It's rage bait for people who are dumb enough to believe that he would run for a third term. He has made no...
You say it's rage bait, but there's people like you that genuinely believe that, though. I have countless people on my street alone that have multiple Trump 2028 signs. They have stickers. They have all the MAGA shirts.
Did it trigger you?
Or
mission accomplished.
Or
that's all there is.
How about we look at how he left office? His lack.
Hey, Solo, it ain't no mods in here tonight, man. It's the Wild West, man. It's the Wild West in here tonight, chat. Ain't no mods in here, and I ain't blocking nobody, man. Man, it's the Wild West in here tonight. Y'all better get this shit off your chest.
Peacefully.
No.
Yep. He left peacefully.
I
think, and see, this is where media doesn't do us any favors, because media tells you one thing, and then there's media that tells us another. So, I mean, I think that can be disputed either way. You say yes, we say somebody probably should check with Nancy Pelosi and find out how come she said no Capitol Police.
Sure.
So you see where that...
Go on, pipe up, hey, Solo. I see they coming at you. It's like a 3-on-1. Why y'all ganging up on Solo? Solo finna get on y'all ass. Solo, it's the Wild West in here tonight, man.
That's that.
I understand, but then this also brings...
Do I got snow bunnies at my crib? No.
Another question. Why, if it has gained so much media attention that Donald Trump is going to run for a third term, and there's a lot of concern about this, why has he not explicitly said that he isn't?
He loves the attention.
It's funny. It is.
That's what he does.
It triggered you.
A president should not be attention-seeking.
But the thing is...
That's a threat to democracy.
It triggered you. Actually, there's going to be probably a Vance Rubio ticket in 2028, by the way. That's what's going to happen. I mean, Trump he knows.
Vance Rubio or Cruz, man, they've been floating Ted Cruz name out there, man. I'm going to keep it real with you. Yeah, JD Vance, man. I don't know, man. I wonder who the Democrats gonna put up, man. The Dems put up the right person, man. They might get JD Vance up out of here, man. Y'all know I ran a simulation on AI to see if Mark Cuban would beat a lot of these candidates, and they said Mark Cuban would beat JD Vance, but they said JD Vance would beat Gavin Newsom. That was crazy to me. AI said, man, Mark Cuban having a clean slate will beat JD Vance, man. But Gavin Newsom will lose.
That he cannot run for a third term and be reelected. Now, do I think that there should be laws regarding term limits? Yes. But if the president is limited to 2 terms, everybody in Congress should be limited to the same.
I agree.
But see, that's the thing. And not to interrupt you or take away your time, but I really only have just 2 questions. You had said, like, your neighbors, it's whack that they have this 2028. Why? Because you don't agree with it?
Not only do I not agree with it, but why would someone want to logically be for that?
But why is it whack?
It's unconstitutional.
But
because it's not logical.
It triggered him, and that's why it's there. So that's my thing. You had said it's whack. What makes it whack? You don't agree with it. That makes it whack. It would make it whack for me too. Well, logical or not, it's hilarious. I mean, somebody's making
I could say the same thing about how liberals would treat the Charlie Kirk.
I don't got no mods in here right now. Oh, Lala in here. What's up, Lala? What I'm gonna say is, you said Cuban is Jewish, so he cannot run. Mark Cuban can run. Kamala was trying to get Mark Cuban to be her VP.
He's making an incredible amount of money.
You, but you guys got mad about that.
Somebody's making an incredible amount of money off of Trump 2028 signs, and honestly, I need to find where to find one. And I don't mean that disrespectfully. I just think it's hilarious because we know it's a trigger and that's our point. So I appreciate your opinion. I really do. But that's just kind of where we're at.
One thing I would kind of like to piggyback off of what you just said. It's a trigger, so it's funny.
I think it's funny.
No,
I'm not trying to trigger you.
No, I know that.
I
But
think
what
it's
I'm
hilarious.
saying is I'm going to use that now for how you guys brought up Charlie Kirk. There were many
hold up.
liberals
I'm gonna
who
stop
would
you
make
there.
fun of that and would point that out. And once we said that that was rage bait, you guys took that dead serious.
There's a between somebody.
There's a very strong difference between
but
somebody getting
you guys
murdered over
also-
political views.
Okay, one thing I'll do is you haven't got to speak yet, so if you want to respond to that.
Yeah, okay, there is multiple things. There is a very, very huge difference between...
You said Plug Station supports PDF files like Trump. Just a thought. Your ass is just thinking over there, scratching your head, looking around. You might be sleepy. You might be about ready to twiddle your toes, because I damn near don't support no fucking body if y'all ain't realized that by now. If y'all been over here this long and ain't realized, I damn near don't support no fucking body, if you want to be honest.
Basically mocking or joking about somebody's murder, you know, for political reasons. And also, by the way, about the press corps, the press corps has been there since 1941, and presidents have regularly removed press, especially hostile press, ones that, or press that acts like a nuisance, so they basically just bug the president whenever he's trying to do something or somebody's asking a question. This has been a regular power that the president's had since basically for 80 years, so for nearly a century now. This is nothing new. The contract is actually literally the exact same. It's actually looser than the Obama's contract, and even just about regular. It's basically been copied and pasted for almost 80 years. Like, no joke. It's almost exactly the same. I've noticed that the whole thing about the Trump 2028, it does anger people. I understand. It's like, well, what the hell? That's against the founding principles, the rules of the nation. I get it. It's funny. It is. But the issue is like Obama, right? There's genuinely were people who really wanted Obama to run on a third term. I remember I was very...
They was. I was coming out of high school. There was a lot of people talking about Obama going to enact martial law and Obama third term martial law and this and that. I remember that shit vividly.
But I do remember, and they were very, very serious about it.
And those people would be wrong too. Like, I'm
100%.
Yes, and we're not saying it's right. What we're saying is that
it happens
the Trump
everywhere.
2028 sign to us is kind of humorous because we know, number one, the irony of it, it's not possible. Number two, it is a trigger. Somebody's making a lot of money off of these signs, and I don't think that comparing Charlie laughing at the death of somebody to a yard sign is even apples to apples.
Oh.
So my next question, though, I really wanted to ask you, what are your thoughts on the right to bear arms?
I think it's a constitutional principle. I think everyone has the right.
So assault rifles are okay with you?
I disagree with that.
Okay, how come? It's a
this isn't the gun control episode.
Hey, I'm gonna keep it real. Just a thought. You telling Lala to do her job, your ass gonna be coming in here on a new account, man. Lala will get you the fuck up out of here while you calling her name.
No, it's not. But I'm asking. My question isn't about gun control. It's about the Constitution. We have the right to bear arms.
There was a case in the 1800s that allowed citizens to own essentially a battleship. So
no, but I'm talking
privateers. It's pretty funny.
I'm talking about the right to bear arms. It's in the Constitution. We have the right to bear arms. You have the right to bear arms unless.
No one's saying unless.
But assault rifles should not be allowed.
Who said that?
But that's the thing. I mean, and I'm not saying you said that. I'm just saying that seems to be
But the Supreme Court also has the right to put limits on these things too.
They do. But I'm specifically to your conversation about the Constitution and the president upholding it. He is when it comes to
what he wants.
Well, but you can't pick and choose.
Exactly.
Like he doesn't want to uphold this, but the right to bear arms, we should limit that. Like it's the Constitution.
You have a sit down across the table with the leaders that be in Chicago, the mayor.
I'm just gonna keep it real. They already came out and said Trump's name was in the files a whole bunch of times, but he didn't have nothing incriminating. Now, if he has some shit that's, immoral, doesn't mean incriminating. Like blowing Bubba, whatever Bubba was, whether he was smoking a joint or whether he was, doing some wild shit. immoral doesn't mean illegal. So he might not have done nothing illegal, but he could have done something that will blemish his public image. And we all know Trump is all about his image. You know what I'm saying? Like, Trump's image is everything. You know what I'm saying? A man amongst men. He calls himself, you know, one of the greatest world leaders ever. You know what I'm saying? So that blow could really, y'all like the pun right there. Yeah, that blow. That blow could really blemish his image, you know, going around having to handle all this business with these world leaders. And not only that, aside from that, it could hurt his business relationships. If there was people he did business with, you know what I'm saying, and he was protecting, or even even if it was a friend of a friend, maybe he wasn't directly protecting somebody, but it was, so, you know, hey man, my friend of mine's in the Epstein files, and you know, we don't really need that getting out there, Trump. You know, we do a lot of business. This guy's a big investor. We really, you know what I'm saying? All of that shit's gone. All of that shit's gone.
The governor, what have you, and they say, yes, we welcome that, then that's one thing. But if they're saying that's not what we're interested in doing, let's talk, let's brainstorm ideas. And if some of those ideas are the National Guard and it's welcome, that's different. But when it's strong-armed, it doesn't feel, it just feels like a power over situation. And anytime there's power over, it just feels like a threat to democracy.
Oh, yes, it does. Oh, yes, it does. You said, he's already a billionaire. Don't matter what they point out. He is a billionaire. Trump is a real leader, a workhorse. He's working for America. Trump is a workhorse. He is out here campaigning really hard, doing some good things. But if Trump's out here and Putin has a picture of him blowing somebody, and he's just had it in his pocket, and it comes out that Trump was blowing somebody, do y'all really let's be real here, man? Let's be real here, man. A lot of people is gonna be hypocrites. A lot of MAGA is gonna be hypocrites. A lot of this manly men and they're not with this LGBTQ shit, man. If they heard Trump, you know what I'm saying, blew a little whatever, you know what I'm saying, they're gonna have to make a decision, man. Are they gonna turn a blind eye to the shit because it's Trump, but they wouldn't turn a blind eye if it was their child? You know what I'm saying? Are they gonna have to make a damn decision? Straight up.
Like, I can't see why it's needed, but at the same time, piggybacking off of her, why do we need a tank in Chicago? Like, what is that doing? I understand if they're just like walking around and they have just their rifles or just whatever's on their person for the lawless Chicago, then whatever, okay. But it gets to a point where when is too much too much?
It's an overstep.
This really annoys me because security is everyone's number one issue. Every normal person does not want to get mugged while going to work. I promise you that. Nobody wants to hear that somebody got shot, stabbed, horrific things have been done to them. And they'll throw away just about.
I don't want to hear that, man. Y'all sat there and dogged Obama. To this day, y'all dog Obama and try to tell me he's married to a man and he's likes boys and all this and that. But y'all mean to tell me if Trump sucked a cock, man, or a horse cock or something, if it happened, not saying it did, but if it comes out he did, it just wouldn't matter. And that's not hypocritical. That's not hypocritical.
About anything to get it. So if you want your democracy now and to keep it later, we do this policy. And whether local officials care, I really don't care whether local officials do or don't. Because the issue is, especially with places like Chicago, they're horrifically corrupt. There was, there was a person in the early 2000s that got arrested because they basically were being bribed by gangs. So Chicago is definitely one of those places where it's like, local, I understand, but federal, and especially in cases of this matter where even state law is not even being enforced, this is
agree that
this is an issue.
The federal government has to make a broad umbrella law.
Right, exactly.
Typically, Republicans
this is a constitution.
All right, so we'll let him finish, then we'll go to you, and then we'll wrap.
100%, yeah. In the Constitution, it does state that there is issues where the federal government does need to get involved, and enforcing the law is one of them, especially if not even state law is technically getting enforced. And if you get, like I said, if you want to keep your democracy, it's better to have the guards on the street now than later everyone's being like, well, screw the democracy, because if the democracy means we get robbed or my kid gets murdered or some bad thing happens, then I don't want the democracy then. You don't want to associate a lack of security with democracy, or you're never going to get the democracy ever again. Just saying.
Okay, I'll go to you, and then we'll wrap this one.
Well, I just find it fascinating that at times all of a sudden big government is something that you agree upon, when other times you want it all to be handled at a small local level. So
just depends on the issue. If the laws are not even being enforced, then that's kind of a point where it's like, especially because Chicago has complained about.
Are the laws not being enforced there?
The murder rate is higher than Baghdad. Then I would say yeah.
I'd be interested in seeing.
I want
where you guys got that from
too.
I'm gonna keep it real. Nobody cared that Kanye said he was sucking cock. I'm just gonna be real. Kanye just came out and told us he was sucking cock like what, about 2-3 months ago. Nobody cared when Kanye came out and said it.
Because in Washington D.C. the statistics were they were going down as far as
right, but it was an all-time high. Like compared to all the murders from the previous century, it's basically comparable to the murders of all of the previous century. Mind you, we're also talking about the mob days of a century ago in the 20s. And mind you, Chicago, especially like Chicago and not Washington D.C., but Chicago especially, it was a bigger city back then, and yet on a comparable level, the crime rate is higher.
Hey, I appreciate you, Justin, for the $5 super chat. H Buster, Justin is saying that you are a, you know what I'm saying, 3-letter word. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna say it for the algorithm. You know, they'll call that bullying if I just say that like that. They could get me for bullying. So I'll say, yeah, he called you a 3-letter word, man.
I understand your point with where we are, technology, more access to guns. Yeah, it makes sense.
Did you know 98% of our viewers are not subscribed to our...
What's up with it, Carlos?
Sort of diversity in perspective, because it challenges my thinking, and I think anytime you're challenged is where you grow.
I would have to agree with that pretty much to a T, especially the diversity and perspective part. I feel like one factor that a whole bunch of people don't actually think about when it comes to DEI. They think people are getting hired off of DEI just for the sole fact because they are different.
Yeah, the 3 letters was PDF. The 3 letters was PDF.
That's not what it's there for. It's there to stop discrimination against those people. It's not to have them be hired because they are different. So that's, I want to say, probably the biggest key point is that a whole bunch of people think someone is a DEI hire simply because they are different. However, I think when it comes to the perspective part, I also think that is a huge reason why we need DEI, because I can say from example of myself, I work with a lot of older people, and I would say they are quite religious, and some of them are even quite political. And so being able to functionally talk to them and functionally work with them is something that is needed.
I really agree with what Steph said about the various perspectives, various skill, all just coming together regardless, and putting your brains together to accomplish a common goal or a common task. But I think where a lot of people maybe have issue with this, or a common misconception of DEI, is that it's only race related, and that's not necessarily true. So DEI includes obviously race, gender, but also veteran status, right? We want our veterans in the workforce. Sometimes they have, really good skills and experience that a non-veteran wouldn't. So just by expanding that disability, sexuality, religion, like it's all included in that. I don't want to say welcoming these, people with different characteristics together, then that's what's going to make it great. But I think it's something that needs to be strongly considered outside of like the stereotypical DEI hire type of stuff, because I think we all have skill and it shouldn't be limited to a certain characteristic. I think workplaces, everybody has to work, so let's just make all places welcoming for all kinds of people.
Okay, I think that's a good time to bring up
Man, I'm gonna keep it real with you, man. All of this shit, the DEI, the workplace shit, man. If I don't think a lot of people have taken this stance on it. That helps the employers. I'm not saying that I'm with them doing away with DEI, but that helps the employers because why? Nowadays, my generation started it. The long-term employee is no more. My parents, the generation before me, they were the last generation to really just stay at a job for 40 years and retire from it and, you know, take that 12-cent raise every year. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you got performance. We can't give you all fives on your performance rating because we had to give you a real raise. So we'll give you all fives, and on this one, we'll give you a 4. So now we can justify giving you this 12-cent raise. You know what I'm saying? My generation really wasn't with sticking it out, getting a 12-cent raise. If you do get $1 or $2 raise, it comes with a whole new set of job responsibilities. Well, when you take DEI out of there, you make and you bring it to merit-based, it's going to be a lot more hiring for tenure. It's going to be a lot more people getting promoted for tenure. They're not going to have to fill these slots like, oh, this guy, we got to put a certain person in this spot, or we're not as open to it. It's going to be a straightforward system. It's going to be like, oh, he worked here for this many years. He trained on this. He's getting promoted. She worked here for this many years. She trained on this. She's getting promoted. It makes it a lot easier for the employers. So that's why you don't hear any employers coming out and complaining about it, because I mean, it makes their system a lot smoother, a lot easier.
One that disagreed. I guess what I want to really know and pinpoint is what specifically, why doesn't DEI make a workplace better?
3 reasons. First off, while it's supposed to look for different groups, you know, to get different voices, unfortunately, in practice, that's not how it.
Now, you can call it stupid, you can call it what you want. I'm just gonna be real. It's not that people are necessarily lazy, it's that they realize that it's a simple mathematics equation. It's like, hey, look, if I'm at this company and I know that in 2 years I'm only set to make 24 cents in raises, I'll get a 12-cent raise, maybe a 13, 12, another 12-cent raise. That's 24-cent raise. The next year, on that 3rd year, I'll probably be set to get another raise about like that, right? So instead of waiting that 3rd year to get that another 12 or maybe a 30-cent raise, they just leave the job. They go take their skill set that they acquired plus their 2 years of experience and go to a competitor. That's why when you get into management, what do? They have the competitor clauses in there to where you have to be out of that position for at least 1 year or more before you can go to a competitor, quote unquote, somebody in that same industry. That's why they have those in those mid-level and upper management jobs, man, because it just makes sense.
Actually ends up handling it, because how law is written and how it's interpreted are 2 different things. And corporations will always choose the laziest option, which is just hire this dude because his skin color is different 9 out of 10 times, because that's just easier to do.
Do you have statistics? Like, can you give me a source that says that's a fact?
I mean, it's pretty obvious.
That's
the
not
skill.
a fact to say it.
I mean,
It's pretty obvious.
Look, the skill drop, and not just the fact that there's been insiders who have actually stated this has happened, even high up people from different corporations. This has actually happened over a process of nearly a decade of different peoples, basically from different organizations. One was a CEO who didn't know he was being recorded, basically explaining
from which
the recruit. I think it was a CEO. I forgot what company it was. Well, the other 2 points is that it goes against the majority group second, which I still think is important.
Like, yeah, like say you got an employee, and you know what I'm saying, the employees, we're gonna keep the numbers around. They're making $20 an hour, right? They're the whatever job that they're working, they have a lot of cross training going on, so he'll learn a few different jobs and stuff like that. So when he cross trains, let's say he gets a raise for cross training, a 25-cent raise for each area he cross trains. Boom, he just cross trained around the whole whatever plant, and 1 year. Cross-trained around the whole plant in 1 year. He got a 75-cent raise. Performance eval comes up, they give him the 12-cent raise. So in the first year, he's made almost $1 raise. Second year comes around, they give him that 12-cent eval raise. Now he's cross-trained. Everything in this plant, he knows on this third year, if he doesn't get a promotion or something, he's probably just going to get another 12-cent raise. So he takes that 2 years of experience plus him being cross-trained and all of these other places to another company, and instead of getting $21 even, he'll be getting $25. You know what I'm saying? Because he has the experience and he has more of a skill set going to another job, a competitor.
Important.
So my generation just felt like it made sense. You know what I'm saying? Because job security wasn't really big. Now job security is a big thing, so a lot of people in my generation are fucked. You know what I'm saying? Let's just keep it real, they're fucked. You know, it is what it is. We can say it didn't work out, but it is what it is. I think the pandemic messed up a lot of that too, because the pandemic showed people that they can automate a lot of things, and they showed people that they could work from home, downsize, scale down.
How it works in practice and how it's supposed to work are two different things. And third off, we look all the same in here. I'm pretty sure most of us are religious. I mean, most of us here are Christians.
I'm not.
All three of you Christians?
That's not most of us.
You're not a Christian? Mm-mm. Not Christian? Not Christian? Okay.
No, I'm an ex-Catholic, actually.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I understand. I'm religious, you know. I believe in a God. You believe in a God. You believe in a God. Okay, so more than half of us believe in a God here. The same peoples, but we're sharing different ideas. So this didn't require to bring in some different peoples of different groups for this conversation to be productive. So our argument starts to fall apart very rapidly just based on the room currently. All I have to say is companies are lazy, so they're just going to hire people because of what they look like or because of their gender, because it's easier. That affects my group, so I that would obviously annoy me, and that also
what?
A white cisgender male?
Well, yeah, obviously it affects my group, and that delegitimizes the society and makes them not want to.
The society was made for you.
If they feel like it's against them, that's a difference. If it's not made for them, that's fine, but if it feels like it's actively against them, that's a completely different problem. And when you start to get to there, the society rapidly becomes delegitimized.
Do you think it's against you, though?
Yes. DEI practices I believe, are inherently against me and my people. So that's just me, though. Go ahead.
We'll go on to the next.
And this one I struggle with a little bit. I absolutely, to a certain extent, believe that DEI is very important, but
I'm gonna keep it real. He don't even look white, bro. Like I don't even know what he mean, bro. Like he don't even look white, bro. I'm gonna keep it real. He look like, yeah. I don't know, bro. I don't know.
Against them, that's a completely different problem. And when you start to get to there, the society rapidly becomes delegitimized.
Do you think it's against you, though?
Yes. DEI practices I believe, are inherently against me and my people. So that's just me.
I'm gonna tell you, depending on where you go, buddy, they'll fuck around and call you a DEI hire. I'm gonna keep it real. It all depends on where you at in America. They'll fuck around and call you a DEI hire, bro.
Hey, go ahead.
We'll go on to the next.
and this one I struggle with a little bit. I absolutely, to a certain extent, believe that DEI is very important, but I think that sometimes we cross the lines between what is DEI and what is protected veterans and what is, you can't, and I forget the name of the act, but you can't discriminate, against women, religion, whatever. I think that those lines get crossed really easy, and they're separate things. So, yes, I believe DEI is important in the workplace. However, I don't believe that there should be grants given to companies because you hire so many women. I don't believe that you should pass over somebody that is absolutely qualified for a job for somebody that does fall in the diversity, equity, and inclusion category. I believe in that. I think having a diverse workplace is great. I work with many different people. I do work from home, but I think that we are equal. all of us, and we include everybody. It is important that a company do that, but I think to do it based off of, well, I identify as this, or I am this, or I am this, excluding the disabilities and the religion, women, whatever, it is important. It just shouldn't be the basis of determination of whether or not somebody's qualified for a job.
The idea of DEI, one, to have diverse opinions and backgrounds, but the problem arises when a company sets a quota to hire, let's say you have 90% employees are white, and you want to make that 70%. So when you start looking for applicants that are black, you are going to pass over applicants that are white, looking for, have 20 white people apply, white people, or 5 black people, and you're looking to hire more black people than white. You are going to throw out that entire group of white people who could be just as qualified people. But because of their
Can I ask real quick where you're getting this quota thing? Because I'm unaware of companies that have quotas. Can you give me a company? Because I actually want to go home.
Airliner companies
and
have quotas, correct?
Yes.
There are grants that companies can't get.
And law. By the way, if
Okay,
like,
yeah, we
just by the demographics of a
for you.
we will look into it. I do want to let you finish.
So if you're looking to hire based off of race, increase the diversity of your workforce, that inherently lowers the qualifications needed for that position. That creates a employee base that is less based on merit and more based on skin color, which is not beneficial to any company for anything other than base quota.
I know let everyone go before again, but yeah, I know you got something to contribute.
I possibly. I'm hopeful. So I'm going to approach this from a perspective of somebody who has built and sold multiple 8-figure businesses. Okay, here's the purpose of business, and I'm not trying to sound condescending, to make money. Okay, meritocracies make the most money. Having a team based upon merit makes the most successful company. Now, discrimination is absolutely unacceptable. Shouldn't be tolerated. It can exist. There are laws in place to protect people against discrimination. Anybody sports fans in here? Anybody watch the NFL? I watch the NFL quite frequently. You know what there's a lot of running around the field? Black dudes. If there was a DEI in the NFL, would the product be diminished if 70% of the NFL was all of a sudden white because of a DEI requirement? The argument would be yes, it would be diminished, because if the answer would be no, there would be a bunch of white guys running around on the field. This is the last meritocracy in this country. And I think that's why it's attractive to so many people and still so popular. When I was building teams, I interviewed a lot of people. I never went into an interview thinking, I need to hire 3 black people this week. Boy, I hope this woman is qualified because I got to have a woman. Oh boy, man, I hope the white guy is the best. None of it mattered. I wanted to win, and I wanted to create a work environment where other winners wanted to be there. And the people that I experienced in my 27 years in the marketplace didn't care as much as we might think in our society today about what the person in the cubicle next to them looked like, or didn't really care what their religious beliefs were. I could work with the atheist guy. I'm a devout Christian. I'm there to win. And so do I think DEI is productive? I don't. I think, again, it's one of those things on paper that looks really, really good, but merit is how people should be hired. That's what our society should be based upon, and I think that the people you do a disservice to are the really well qualified people that fall into DEI, who never really are sure if they got that job because of DEI or because they're freaking rock stars.
I want to respond to you. What's your name?
Nina.
I actually kind of really liked a point where that you were headed, but I'm not sure if maybe we're on the same side or if it went over. But I think you got to a really good point where you had said, and correct me if I'm wrong, but you had said there's policies that protect women or protect against women.
Well, like the American with Disabilities Act, and you can't discriminate against women, and which is separate from DEI. Now, it might not be for you, but if you're looking at it from our side, that's what we understand, right?
Sure. And the reason I bring this up is because that can actually apply to DEI. This piece of legislation called the Pregnancy Discrimination Act, where you could not be hired just because they were pregnant, right? Pregnancy, DEI. Some say it's a temporary disability. Disability is included in DEI. So
I disagree there.
So, and that's fine, but because it is a diverse, I would say, population among the people who may be working in that company, there are certain protections for stuff like that. And
and they're protected under that different act. That's why I say I don't believe it's DEI, because it's protected under, it's a totally separate act, and I'm sorry, I just cannot think of the name of it. To me, there's a difference between DEI and the Americans with Disability Act, and you can't not hire because somebody...
I'm not talking about the ADA.
So, so that's it. And so that's the thing. The pregnant woman does not, for me, I don't consider her protected under DEI. I consider her protected under the ADA.
Sure.
Should that happen ever? No. It is wrong. Should anybody ever, should they make that decision? No. Because bottom line for me, there shouldn't be a difference.
Mm-hmm.
There shouldn't be a difference between you and I, or you and I, or you and I, in an employer's eyes. What's on my resume? What have I accomplished? What have I done? I love DEI in my company. They do a great job. I enjoy working for my company because they do that. But that's where I struggle, right? Where is that line? And it is a struggle for me.
I think that there's some gray area here. So I don't see DEI as I have to hire, and that's why I asked Jace, is that correct, about the whole quota thing, because, and I want to look into that. Like when I said I like to learn and to grow, I don't ask it to be condescending. I'm like, tell me about that so I can go check myself. Because if two people walk in and they're equally qualified, and I have an all-white company, and they're equally qualified, and one looks this way and one looks this way, I probably would want to get to hire the one that looks a little different, whether it be based on sexuality, gender, religion, what have you, just to get some different lived experience in there. DEI also, to me, is not just about the hiring practices, it's about the training aspect when you're an employee. So when I was a teacher, for example, and we learned that Indians don't necessarily, time is not as big a deal to them, so they might miss more school. Or the Hispanic culture is very more family or oriented by culture, so if mom is sick and they have a restaurant they own that maybe the daughter would go, it's learning about people you work with look like and their lived experience. It's training you to open your minds and hearts to that also, not just hiring practice. I think DEI is also training to understand, not to agree with, but to understand about that somebody who comes in who is very Christian might go sound this way, or somebody who is in the queer community might look or sound this way and may use a different pronoun that is completely wild to you, but you don't have to agree with it, but maybe just understand that that's what makes them feel better if I use that. It's just, so I think maybe...
And that might be a misunderstanding that some have.
Yeah.
Not your perception of it, but...
I believe it completely delegitimizes the company and structure.
And I disagree with that. But from a DEI right wing, I do think that there is a misunderstanding regarding DEI. What you're saying about DEI is my understanding. That's it. Yeah, let's get different people in here. So I do agree with you. I think that might be where the confusion is. So I did learn something.
I have one question. Do you feel differently about DEI as a hiring practice for Walmart as opposed to a pool of physicians or commercial airline pilots?
I don't see DEI as, I have to look into the quota part of it. I see DEI as an equalized
Double tap the screen, shut a live out, chat. We are 25 subscribers away from the next sub goal, man. We go live every single night over here and day, talking politics, entertainment, and current events, man. Please subscribe to the channel. We are still chasing 100 likes. But yes, that phone number is to call in, man. If you want to call in and give your thoughts and opinions on anything that we've covered thus far in the show, feel free to call that number, man.
Field. So I give the example, my brother-in-law worked at a pharmaceutical company that was for women with ovarian cancer. And he was passed up for a promotion, and my sister-in-law's like, oh, because they had to hire the woman. I said, was there any women in leadership, and was she qualified? And she said, well, yeah, she was qualified, but he's been there this long. And I said, if there's not a woman at the table in leadership for a drug that is about ovarian cancer, then I think a woman should have been hired. So I think of it as like, who's at the table and what's the company representing?
Yeah, so DEI, I mean, I'll go back 25 years. My dad was he's a veteran. He was a veteran and got out of the military, retired, and went to work for the post office, and was passed over for a promotion and was brought in an office and told by his direct supervisor, I'm very sorry, you should have got this promotion. I had to hire the black woman.
Right. I don't see it like that, and I do believe there are those.
And that was a DEI hire
Yeah.
that was going on before DEI was probably the term. But the reason I brought up the doctors and the airline pilots is because I'm not the first person to invent that question. But it's relevant because when I'm traveling, I do a lot of traveling around the country. I want to look in the cockpit, and I don't care what they look like. I don't care if the person's gay, if it's a woman, black, well, I don't care. I want to know it's the best freaking pilot that American Airlines can put in that cockpit. I also wouldn't look at a woman and think, oh, she's not I wouldn't think that.
I know, but like I said, that's exactly what I'm saying.
The Epstein files should be made public. We'll start by having everyone that agrees come up now. Why should the Epstein files be made public?
I just think that these crimes against children are just absolutely abhorrent, and anyone who is involved in that in any capacity needs to be exposed and then prosecuted.
I would like to say pretty much the same thing, pretty much just piggyback off of this. I don't think they should be released just for the sole purpose of trying to see if there is dirt on Donald Trump. I believe that anybody who is on those files should be, like said, prosecuted, whether it's Bill Clinton or not. Whoever went there, they need to be out of here.
I would say ditto, and I believe it was a platform that was also campaigned on, so it was one of the campaign promises that I actually agreed on with Donald Trump, and if I need to eat crow, I will, and like I said, and to me that's eating crow. Like, I'm not going to just not support him patently. I agreed with him. Like, let's release the Epstein files and prosecute, like you said, whoever is in there to the full capacity.
Okay. What do you say?
Well, yeah, absolutely. I agree, but it's not from what I've read about it. It's far beyond just harming children. It's basically slaving, slave trafficking. It's a host of crimes far beyond that. Patronage. The crimes list would be extensive, but I don't think there's a one unifying document of who was there and who wasn't, but I think all the information explicitly that can be available that won't destroy any investigation to go and find these people, I think all of those should absolutely be released 100%. I think in a lot of parts, Trump is a little too, I think he's a degenerate in his personal life, not saying anything other than that outside of there. But those are one of the things I definitely agreed on. And I think that I agree absolutely with every single one of you guys here, but I can also understand his point too.
Okay. And how about you?
100%. It's been going on since 2005. And nobody has cared enough about these people to give them justice. So I don't care who's on it. I don't care if Barack Obama's on it. I don't care if President Trump is on it. I don't care. They need to be released. We need to know who these people are, and we need to close this. 2005 is too long for these people to go.
Yeah, going last, everything that I agree with everything everybody said. That might be the only time that happens this evening, so I think this is a good issue. Transparency and accountability are two things that have to be across the board and without party lines. And I also think this has been used as distraction and just, hey, look over here, as a sleight of hand thing from both sides of the aisle for far too long. and it needs to be put to bed.
Okay, and now we'll invite up our one person that disagrees. Okay, so a lot of things out there. One person to go to. Why do you think that they shouldn't be released?
I have faith in the justice system, and I know in this highly scrutinized case and questioned the documents that contain the list, the so-called list, if there is a complete compilation of all these people, the judge blocked it, and I believe there's a good reason that he did that. I would like to know everybody that did that, but if there's an ongoing investigation, integrity of the investigation needs to come first.
I agree with that. I 100% agree. And one thing I actually wanted to say is, after a certain point, I'm actually kind of terrified when it does release because I feel like it will be scrutinized no matter who or what is on it, no matter what. So it's just nobody's going to believe it's the real one. It's like it almost will become like political One Piece. Where everyone searches for it, but nobody knows who's the full list.
And the sad thing is this is an exact example of what's been made political. There's nothing political about that at all. There's nothing political about children
absolutely
being hurt, about children being violated, about children being abused. There is nothing political about that, but since 2005, no administration has cared. And I mean none. Republican, Democrat, or otherwise. It's been out there since 2005, and nobody has done anything. Let's give these people justice. It's not political. It is absolutely about doing the right thing.
All right, I want to open something up. Is obviously the only thing I can go off of, because you're the only person that was on that side, is that you have faith in the justice system. But at the same time, we're hearing that this has been going on since 2005, and then there was promises made, not kept. My question is, I guess, first, what gives you that faith in the justice system, despite all of the things said?
So I think that if you look at history, the majority of cases have been, the correct verdict has been found. The right people have been put away. In a majority of cases, obviously you can pick and choose cases where things happen that weren't right. If there is an ongoing investigation into what happened and who was entirely involved, then I believe that those documents should be sealed until they are finalized, able to be released unredacted.
But you do think at that time they should?
Yes.
Like, right now you don't think they should be
right now
based off of any pending investigation, but once the investigation is done and these people could be prosecuted to the full extent of the law, at that point you're for releasing them.
Correct.
I agree with you.
Here's something interesting. What do you guys think, maybe on either side politically, why do you guys think that they're not being released?
Because there's too many people on it.
Too many people
There's
on it?
too many just
Both
gross people out there.
Too many
Both sides.
high-profile, powerful people.
And not just
I would
political
say.
people. I think we're talking probably people in entertainment.
Well, did we just see something about Prince Andrew or something? Like,
And
didn't he just
even
relinquish?
royalty.
Yeah. So, I mean, I think it's both sides. I don't think it's Trump doesn't want it released because he's on there. He could be on there. I think nobody wants that to come out.
Can I offer a perspective?
Of course.
This is going to sound crazy. I'll just throw that out.
From a conservative?
Correct. I believe that since the inception of bringing Jeffrey Epstein into the island and the fact that he was able to operate with basic impunity for all these years and commit all these horrific things, I believe he was an agent of a foreign government from an intelligence perspective. And I think that he was basically leveraged and said, you're going to use your influence and your connections and you're going to bring these powerful people to this island. We're going to set up cameras, surveillance. We're going to bring these children. We're going to traffic these children here. You're going to bring these powerful people from all walks of government and all walks of entertainment and power in life, and we're going to get them in incredibly compromising situations, and we are going to have extreme leverage over the powers of the entire globe. And what has happened, and there are so many people that are so leveraged. I think we're never going to know what happened at that place. I think
Jeffrey Epstein didn't kill himself.
I don't know if that's true or not, but I will say that he was a
What's up,
pawn,
Top Cat?
and he was leveraged. And why cameras everywhere? If you're a sicko and you're going to fly to an island to do these disgusting things, why are there cameras everywhere? Why would you want that taped?
Exactly that. He's sicko and disgusting.
there's cameras and that could be. I mean, that's certainly a possibility, but it's also a possibility that this is one of the most in-depth and wide and broad intelligence leverage operations that any country has ever perpetrated.
The United States should prioritize domestic needs over foreign aid. Everyone that agrees, please come up now.
Call from.
Hello.
So when it
Accept, press 1.
What it do, Carlos?
What up?
Nah, shit, what going on?
What I'm talking about?
Shit, you take off.
Go
Hell.
what's first?
We talking about Trump signed off on the Epstein files. We went through it. I spoke about just everything that was going on with it and how we came full circle. And now we talking about who hurts the country is more, liberals or conservatives.
As far as the liberals and conservatives, I think they both damage in their own way. We don't have a median ground. Radicalized. Do you think Trump is going to actually release the files now?
Yep. He signed off on it already. Shit, it's out of his hands.
But do you not think he's going to find a way around it?
Nope. They already got the way around it. It already said all unclassified documents, and they've been reclassifying shit. Yeah. Mike Johnson said today it's a matter of national security and, you know what I'm saying, shit like that. So that lets you know this shit. They finna be reclassifying some shit. So everything that's classified does not have to be released.
They're just not going to release anything, basically, then.
Nah, they gonna release some shit, but it's just not gonna be everything.
Something, but nothing relevant.
Nah, it'll probably be some relevant shit. It just ain't gonna be everything.
Interesting that the guy was saying that they shouldn't release anything until all the cases are done or whatever. Do research in that. Jeffrey Epstein was from Florida. Most of his acts were committed in Florida. So Florida has a 3-year statutory limitation for SA.
Yo, but this ain't SA, and it's no statute of limitations. I don't think.
On Epstein maybe, but on the other people that committed the SA.
Not if children were involved. If children were involved, there's no statute of limitation. If they were raped. And guess what? It's statutory is still considered rape.
Okay, so yeah, right. Florida has no statute of limitation on it.
Right.
How does that work, though? Because they have Maxwell, but they're saying Maxwell has no files.
Correct, but they gotta. Okay, so whatever's going on, these people gonna be exposed. They're probably gonna lose a lot of their business relationships. They're gonna get treated like Epstein. But as far as somebody actually going to jail, they gotta have enough evidence to put them in jail.
So would Epstein Island be considered an American territory?
Hell yeah. Yeah, that's American territory.
It would still be an American territory, so just a private island, the Virgin Islands.
Yeah, they said he was getting down in New York, overseas. They said Epstein was getting down everywhere, man.
bullshit and releasing
Then
anything.
they got the
Anything
congresswoman. They
reported.
got the congresswoman texting Epstein during the damn hearing,
Yeah, done the hearing with Michael Cohen.
talking about she'll talk to anybody to get to the bottom of something.
So do you believe that they washed the files already or no?
Do I believe that what?
They washed the files, like cleaned them?
Oh yeah, they been did that. Cause you gotta think,
I want
man.
to see.
Let's just say they don't put out nothing relevant, right? Two things gonna happen. Oh, good. I'm tired, Chad. Two things gonna happen if they don't put out anything relevant. Thomas Massey and MTG already said they're gonna go out there and read the names on the floor. Another thing is Trump. If they don't put out anything relevant, Trump still kind of got the Democrats by the balls because he got the Democrats under investigation for it, and then he releases nothing relevant. It's kind of like shit. They know that what's in there. Trump get to protect whoever they trying to protect, and the Democrats don't get all the way exposed, but they still on notice. While Bill and Hillary gotta go testify. So it's like y'all ain't off the hook yet. Don't think this Epstein shit over with yet, because Bill and Hillary still gotta testify.
So what do you think? Do you think it's more Republicans, more Democrats? Do you think it's split down the middle?
I think it's a whole lot of people, period. I think it's just people. It's just a list. I'm just gonna say, and I think politicians are only one section of the list. I think there's a lot of people in a lot of different sectors: finance, probably commercial real estate, probably tech. It's probably a lot of different people. Just look at the people he was trying to invite around. He's trying to get Elon over there. He was trying to, they say Bill Gates was there. Steve Bannon, he was trying to get there. You know what I'm saying? So I think everybody's stuck on, oh, was it the Democrats or was it the Republicans? I think it was just a lot of fucking people, period.
Yeah. And what do you think about Maxwell's deal?
Shit, I mean, she kicking it. She got moved to the cool facility, so she kicking it. They said.
Do you think that makes him look more guilty? Like, she got a puppy now all of a sudden.
I mean, yeah, it do make him look more guilty, but shit, it ain't. You gotta think, man. Regardless of what was going on, she could have bought that. You know what I'm saying? Like, she was with Jeffrey Epstein, billionaire. Pops was. Man, you gotta think, like, a lot of these people have been getting pardoned and pushed around. Yeah, they didn't let her out of jail. They just moved her to a much better facility. I mean, it's still federal prison.
But she's getting, like, custom meals and a dog and...
I mean,
like,
no matter how you dress that shit up, Carlos, that shit is still federal prison. You know what I'm saying? Like, she still can't go and come as she please. She can't go, you know what I'm saying? It's like, nah, it's federal prison.
yeah, it's prison, but you're getting a whole lot of perks all of a sudden. Like, I didn't know that, like, her appeals just ended, like, the end of, when was it? Her last appeal was, like, July. Supposedly that's one of the reasons that they didn't release files, like Biden didn't release files. They were still going through the appeal process.
She was probably already having her way in the feds, hell. Oh, shit, man. How you, Damn. How do you feel about the Trump 2028? They talked
I
about
think
that
they're
on
gonna
there.
push it. They're gonna find a way.
So you don't think it's just a troll?
No,
Man, he old as hell.
don't matter. That's his lifeline right now. He gets out of office. Epstein stuff goes bad for him. This is his ace card, trump card.
Man, wait,
Like-
so you think Trump, listen, man, that's crazy.
Don't think so?
Hell no, man. I think Trump about tired of this shit, man. I think Trump want to secure this Nobel Peace Prize, try to touch 10 billion net worth, man, and watch out.
Yeah, but this Epstein stuff goes bad on him. You keep him out of jail. I mean, think about it. He didn't get sentenced because he became president.
Listen, this Epstein stuff ain't finna go bad on Trump. Trump already took care of that, man. You didn't see him wait a whole 24 hours before he signed that thing. He had to make sure.
There's people coming out. Epstein's brother came out. Did you see the interview?
Yeah. The only thing he said was it wasn't Bill Clinton.
Who said that Epstein had dirt on him.
Probably. You know what I'm saying? You gotta think they was messing with the
same time when he said it wasn't Clinton.
Allegedly, they was messing with the same women, you know, and hanging out and doing that. You know, they both rich and they got to arguing over properties and shit. So they was probably hating on each other, man. Trump strikes me as a certified hater. Epstein looked like he was a hating motherfucker too, man.
Yeah, but his brother's his dirt on him. He just wouldn't tell me what it was, but he had it. And supposedly, what's her name? Melania was Epstein first. Type of rumors around.
Yeah, I seen there was a professor that was giving a lecture or something. Not a professor, but it was a guy that did Prince Andrew's biography. He's the one that said Epstein had her first. He said he had already printed 60,000 copies of the book, and Trump made him take that out of the book.
She was on some mail order bride website.
Well, yeah, Carlos, man, we finna get up out of here, man. I'm finna go and head to bed. We'll be live in the morning.
Alrighty.
Alright, Carlos, man. I was about to fall asleep like Trump did on live. Allegedly.
That was hilarious.
You think they said they trying to say he wasn't really asleep. They said I just showed a picture. I
And
told
that
them
motherfucker was knocked out.
it was from November 6th in the Oval Office, man. They try to tell me my picture didn't mean that.
Passed out. I can understand falling asleep on the beach like Biden. I used to fall asleep on the beach all the time. But in a chair like that in front of everybody?
Shit, I'll fall asleep on a motherfucker in the chair there too. Hell, they was boring, man. Trump really was like, man, I shouldn't even be at this motherfucker, man. I'm finna go and catch me a power now right quick.
What'd you think about the Saudi prince last night?
Man, I think he was laughing at Trump's face, man. I think he might have been shit a high hell how he was giggling.
That shit
You know what I'm
tells
saying?
you felt like, what the hell?
Then he sitting here looking at Trump comparing himself to him. You know what I'm saying? He looking at it like, look, dude, I'm cutting $1 trillion checks out here, man. I'm cutting $1 trillion checks in. Like,
He was talking about how he said he was the best president ever. He was like, looked down and like, okay. He said it wasn't a competition or some shit like that.
I'm fighting. This light is so bright in my face, Chad. I had to cut that light off. It's just so bright. But yeah, he said we not in competition. They both don't have to be here. And what did he say? Neither I don't have to do this. Neither does he.
He said it wasn't a competition when he was asking about the best president ever.
Thank you, Najee.
When he was asking him who was the best president and all that.
Oh yeah. Man, I'm gonna keep it real. That one reporter pissed Trump off.
Okay, yeah.
The one that asked about the 9/11 and.
That was funny. You could tell he's kind of like losing it. Like, one thing about Trump is that he was always like mellow. It didn't matter what they said to him.
Hell yeah.
He kind of like had a poker face.
I think Trump's.
He had that poker face where he'd be like, "All right, talk your shit."
Ain't he supposed to be meeting with Mamdani?
I think Mamdani called him and he didn't reply or something like that.
Yeah.
I think that's what he said. I think that's what Mamdani said yesterday in that interview, that he tried to reach out to him and he didn't get a response or something like that.
You think Mamdani could run Miami too? Huh?
Maybe.
Yeah, he running New York, man, the financial capital of the world, man. Miami.
We don't have that Muslim population in Miami. I mean, New York has what, like a 15% Muslim population?
I think
10
they
or
say
15,
it
I
was
think.
something like 900,000 Muslims in New York.
So it's not a small group. It's not a large group, but
Yeah, they said it was like 900,000 in the city. Then it was like 1 million Jews.
he's either going to do great or he's going to do horrible. There's no middle ground for him.
Mamdani said, fuck all that. He said he gonna be out there on the streets, man, talking to the people, man.
He's going to block him every chance he gets, or he's just going to be like, forget it. He has bigger fish to fry.
So who y'all gonna run next year? I mean, not next year, but 2027, man. Who y'all gonna put up, man, to start the campaign, man? Who you think gonna
I think
win?
Newsom.
You think Newsom got it in the bag?
I think Newsom or the guy from Philadelphia, what's his name?
West,
What's his name?
not Philadelphia. I'm thinking of
Pennsylvania
Westmore.
or
I'm thinking of Westmore from Baltimore.
Something Shapiro. Shapiro, one of them names, something like that.
Oh yeah, okay. Yeah, they gonna
See
lose.
Kamala running again.
They gonna lose if they put him up. Yeah, Kamala did allude to she might run again.
Newsom has a chance. He needs the right vice president. I think he'll go with Jasmine Crockett.
Hell nah, Newsom ain't gonna pick Jasmine Crockett. I don't think Newsom gonna pick Jasmine Crockett.
Who do you think they should pick as vice president? Because, I mean,
should pick.
chances are it's Newsom.
Man. I don't know, man. I think Newsom might pick a dude.
He's going to try to do the gender thing, the pick a female.
Yeah, they might try, but I think Newsom might pick a dude, man. Somebody.
The only other one I see him maybe is the governor of Chicago. But I don't see him doing any good.
Yeah. Or Buttigieg.
Nah, I don't see Buttigieg. I think Buttigieg has too much drama around him. He had that scandal with his husband.
That's why I said Newsom.
Back from Georgia.
I don't know who over Georgia. I know Greg Abbott finna run.
Is it Warnick? Just too old.
Who? I think Jasmine.
I think his name's John Warnick from Georgia or something like that.
Jasmine Crockett said she's talking about running for something like Senate.
Warnick from Georgia.
Yeah, she's talking about running for something like Senate.
Warnick, that's his name.
Yeah, that dude Brian Tyler Cohen, he's trying to help campaign whoever's running against Greg Abbott. I don't know who that is, the candidate is.
Didn't they just defeat that districting bill in court?
Who?
The redistricting bill. The bill in Texas to redistrict.
Yeah, what
Didn't
about
that just go into court? Wasn't it shot down?
I think so. I think so. I think I seen people mad about it on Twitter. That was like after California just did it.
Yeah, the court strike down Texas redistricting map.
Yeah, I might have to do my research on it.
The court shut it down.
Hell yeah, man. But we finna get up out of here, Carlos. I gotta carry my black ass to sleep, man.
Alright.
It's almost the weekend, man. Alright, Carlos.
Alright.
Appreciate you calling in. Man, I appreciate Carlos for calling in, man. I'm tired though, Chad. I've been up since 5:30. I've been up since about 5:30 this morning. Alright, Chad. Alright, Chad. We finna get up out of here, man. I done ate me a cup of ice cream, man. I done laid back, got comfortable, cut the little side heater on right here, man. I was finna fall asleep on y'all. Y'all remember the old days when I used to fall asleep all the time? It'll be around this time too, about 11. Then I'll wake up probably about 12. You know what I'm saying? We was on the panels. I'd be done fell asleep and woke up by now. Cause we used to start them panels at like 6 o'clock. Alright, chat, man. I'll see y'all in the morning, man. Good night, chat. Just like Sleepy Joe.